the swimmers I'm coaching in our stroke analysis membership, where they send in videos and I give them feedback and help them get faster with better technique. He sent through this video of his flip turn because he wants to be able to do it a lot easier and not get tired each time he comes off. What you can see here, and this is the thing that causes most people to fatigue, is he's going in hands first, not head first. You can notice that his hands are out in front. So as he comes into the wall, he takes this last stroke here as he's going in with his right hand. What he should do is keep his left hand by his side, have this right hand pull in towards his hip, and then pull himself head first into the wall. Instead, what he does is he brings this left arm over the top for another stroke. So he's going in hands first, not head first. And then it's this movement here where he's trying to pull himself into the wall out really wide. It's quite awkward. It's quite hard to do it that way. So he pulls himself in, comes over, and then the hands have to do this really big movement to then get back out in front. That's the first thing he was doing wrong, was going in hands first. So let's have a look at a version of a really good turn. This is Olympian Kia Melverton, who you might have seen in our video last week, where she comes in, hands by the side, head first, and the hands almost stay in the same position as her body flips over. They go into streamline, she pushes off. That's where the hands should be when you're going for a turn. So a lot of times people are taking an extra stroke where they don't need to. So maybe just reduce it by one stroke, pull yourself in, go head first, and then use that pull in towards your hips to initiate that flip turn. Now, the second thing he does wrong here too, which causes him to use a lot more energy than is really required, is as he goes to hit the wall, he should land about now, where he's not quite fully on his back, he's just turned a little bit. That's kind of where we want to be for most people, especially most adults. Now, what he does here, he lands pretty well, but then you'll see he begins to turn. He takes this extra movement, so he's kind of like pushing off almost on his front there. And you can see that that's not a very strong or balanced position to be pushing off in, where he's sort of twisted off to the side and his feet are facing this way, but his body's facing in another direction. So if you were going to jump on land, you wouldn't be here and then turn your upper body to 90 degrees, because it would be a sort of awkward position to push off on. So that's another reason why I think he's running out of breath a little bit. So what I'd recommend there is, okay, land this way where you're not fully on your back, you're at about 45 degrees. And then just as you begin pushing off, you can start to do the twist and then finish on your front. You're sort of doing it as you push off and then through the streamline or through that glide there. So he's just trying to get onto his front too early. Let's take a look at a good example. Again, this is Kia. Let's play it in slow motion. And here you'll see that she lands almost on her back, but with a bit of a turn. And then she pushes off and begins that twist as she's going through that push off. And that just helps her effortlessly push off and make sure that she does eventually end up on her front. Now, obviously, this takes quite a bit of practice to be able to do. However, once you get it and you be consistent with it, it makes swimming so much more enjoyable, because then you can maintain your speed off the turns, because your push off the diving blocks, if you're going off them, and then off your turns, that's the fastest point in your race. That's when you've got the highest velocity. So if you can keep that speed off the turns, you get to maximize that for as long as you can. It might be 5 meters, 10 meters off that wall. So that way you can really bring your times down, your average 100-meter pace, by maximizing the speed off the turns, which is what we want to do there. A bonus tip for you with your turns is you can use your hands to scoop a little bit to help initiate that flip over, because it will help you get over a little bit quicker. So make sure you finish at the hips, you go in head first, and you can use your hands as well to help you get over. And what a lot of people who have watched our videos have done is our 8-week faster freestyle course, which I'll put a link to below. It's got a bunch of things in a very well structured way for you to find little areas of improvement to bring your 100-meter times down from perhaps 2-minute pace down to 150, 140. There's a lot that you can do. So if you'd like to go through our structured course to help you do that, check out that 8-week faster freestyle course. Got a lot of people getting good results there. So I'll see you inside. I'm there answering questions all the time. So if you have any questions along the way, I'll be there helping you out. Thanks for watching. See you next week.